Ah, my friends, imagine this. You're wandering through the vast, shadowy corridors of the human psyche, where ancient whispers echo from the depths of time itself. You felt it, haven't you? That pull towards something profound, something that defies the superficial chatter of our modern world. What if I told you there are women among us, perhaps even you, who carry souls as old as the stars? Souls that have traversed the collective unconscious, gathering wisdom from eons beyond this fleeting life. Drawing from the profound insights of Carl Jung, that Swiss sage whose ideas have shaped my own rugged American journey through psychology, philosophy, and the raw experiences of living across this great land, from the bustling streets of New York to the quiet deserts of the Southwest, I'm here to unveil 12 unmistakable signs of such women. These aren't mere quirks or habits. They're archetypes manifesting in the flesh. Revelations from the depths that Jung himself would nod to with that knowing glint in his eye. As we dive in, let your curiosity swell like a river after a storm. And hey, if this stirs something in you, drop a comment below sharing where you're tuning in from, whether it's the heart of Texas or some far-flung corner. It'd be fascinating to see how these eternal truths resonate across our diverse landscapes. These women, with their old souls, move through life bearing an ancient essence, a silent wisdom that sets them apart from the frantic rush of everyday existence. You feel it in their presence, a depth that isn't acquired through study or mimicry, but bubbles up from within, like an eternal spring fed by the collective unconscious Jung so eloquently described. Their eyes hinted inner voyages through realms most folks never even dream of glimpsing, journeys across the archetypes of humanity, accumulated over what feels like countless lifetimes. Jung spoke of souls infused with the wisdom of the ages, consciousnesses that dip into the vast reservoir of shared human experience, far beyond the confines of one mortal span. These aren't fanciful ideas or poetic flights. They're observable patterns that surface in certain women without fanfare or force. The old-souled woman doesn't pick these traits. They select her, shaping her existence as inevitably as a river carves its bed through ancient stone. What I'm about to share might echo a truth you've long sensed, but never quite articulated. These signs aren't badges to earn or milestones to chase. They're unveilings of what's already there, lurking beneath the persona we all wear. Recognizing them doesn't invent anything new. It illuminates the eternal that's been humming in your core all along. And oh, how that shifts everything. Your self-perception, your role in a society built for the surface dwellers, those content with the illusions of the ego. Let's begin with the first sign, an insatiable hunger that no amount of worldly goods or successes can quench. While others chase promotions, gadgets, and status symbols, finding temporary solace in the pileup, she awakens each day with a quiet fire in her heart, a question that demands answers. What is the true meaning behind all this? It's not some casual musing over coffee. It's as essential as air, as vital as the blood in her veins. She can't shove it aside, even if she tries. And this quest pulls her off the beaten path, away from the scripted lives most follow. Instead, she's drawn to the profound. Philosophy that probes the soul, depth psychology that maps the unconscious, spiritual paths focused on evolution rather than ego stroking. She devours Jung, not as an intellectual exercise, but because his words chart the very terrain she's been trekking blindly. In his concept of individuation, that arduous road to wholeness, where we shed societal masks and embrace our true self, she sees her own reflection. This pursuit, leads her to uncharted territories, places where others fear to tread or simply can't comprehend. Have you ever ached with homesickness for a land you've never visited in this life? That brings us to the second sign, a mysterious bond with specific places, cultures, or eras that feels like a homecoming of the spirit. She might stand amid ancient ruins in the American Southwest, like those Anasazi cliff dwellings I've hiked through myself, and tears well up, not from sentiment, but from a bone-deep recognition. I've been here before. It's not just nostalgia. It's a cellular echo, an archetypal resonance from the collective memory Jung described. She could feel an inexplicable pull toward Celtic lore, moved profoundly by a Shinto shrine's serenity, or stirred by Native American wisdom traditions that speak directly to her inner world. These aren't hobbies or tastes. They're remembrances, moments where learning feels like rediscovering lost knowledge. In these encounters, a tension within her eases, as if exhaling after holding her breath for lifetimes. Not necessarily literal past lives, though Jung's ideas on reincarnation and the psyche's timelessness might whisper that possibility, but rather the soul attuning to eternal patterns woven through humanity's shared unconscious. Expanding on this, in my own travels across the US, I've met women who describe feeling this in unexpected spots, like the misty Appalachians, evoking forgotten European roots, or the Pacific Northwest's forests mirroring ancient Asian philosophies, reminding us how the psyche transcends borders and time. The third sign unfolds in her approach to suffering, a compassion that's innate, not rehearsed or forced through ethical training. It flows from her like a natural wellspring, rooted in Jung's vision of the unity of all beings through the collective unconscious. She doesn't intellectualize interconnectedness. She lives it, feeling the permeable boundaries between self and other. When pain strikes someone, be it a stranger on the news or a friend in crisis, she doesn't detach. She recognizes it as part of the universal tapestry, a shared human shadow. Her urge to help isn't for accolades. It's the organic response to knowing there's no true divide. Yet, this empathy, while a gift, weighs heavy. She absorbs the world's collective anguish more keenly, unable to numb it with distractions like so many do. In my years counseling folks from all walks, I've seen how this sensitivity can drain, but it also forges unbreakable bonds, turning near interactions into profound healings. Despite this vulnerability, the fourth sign shines through, a rock-solid inner peace that withstands life's tempests. Chaos swirls around her, but her core remains unshaken, drawing from Jung's transcendent function, the capacity to hold opposites in tension without fracturing. She's witnessed, through some profound inner gnosis, the impermanence of all dramas, knowing storms pass and the self endures. In crises, others gravitate to her stability, not because she's aloof, but because her presence affirms an indestructible essence within us all. She doesn't spout cliches. Her being itself reassures. This makes her the go-to in turmoil, the friend you call at midnight, the coworker who keeps cool amid panic. Adding to Jung's wisdom, I've observed in American life how this calm often stems from personal trials overcome. Like surviving economic crashes or personal losses, transforming pain into poised resilience. This steadiness paves the way for the fifth sign. She's perpetually visionary, spotting societal shifts before they hit the mainstream. Jung attributed this to attunement with the collective unconscious, where archetypal stirrings bubble up as intuitions, dreams, or art before erupting into culture. She senses these undercurrents, perhaps foreseeing environmental awakenings or social justice waves years ahead. But this foresight isolates. Others label her dreamy or alarmist when she voices it. Later, when her predictions manifest, the credit goes elsewhere. Being a seer means solitude, a path Jung knew well in his own life. In my experience roaming the States, from tech hubs in California to heartland farms, these women often quietly influence change, planting seeds that bloom long after. Leading naturally to the sixth sign, her profound need for solitude, not as avoidance, but as vital sustenance. Alone time isn't loneliness, it's a sanctuary where she tunes into the psyche's whispers, free from the din of demands. Modern America's hustle, the shallow chit-chat, the digital overload, exhausts her. She feels like a time traveler misplaced in this era. Solitude allows integration, reflection, creation, reconnecting with the self Jung championed. Others might pity her isolation, but she distinguishes it from true aloneness, its communion with the soul. Emerging refreshed, she's better equipped for the world. Lightly expanding, I've found in my own retreats to places like the Rocky Mountains that such solitude fosters creativity, echoing Jung's tower at Bollingen, where he communed with his inner world. The seventh sign emerges in her detachment from material trappings and the hollow chase of success. Possessions weigh on her like chains. She sees through the illusion that they bring lasting joy, aligning with Jung's teaching that the mature soul discards what can't transcend death. This isn't asceticism born of judgment, but a natural evolution from realizing acquisitions leave the inner void untouched. She cherishes simplicity, a heartfelt talk over a gala, a walk in nature over luxury. True wealth lies in growth and connections, not stuff. In American culture's consumer frenzy, this stance is radical, yet fulfilling, as I've witnessed in women who've downsized after corporate climbs, finding peace in the essentials. This leads to the eighth sign, her effortless rapport with children and elders, seeing in them the eternal archetypes Jung highlighted. The puer aeternus in kids, that pure, unspoiled link to the divine, and in elders, the wise senex preparing for the great return. Children flock to her, sensing genuine respect. She engages their wonder without condescension, drawing out hidden truths. Elders share stories with her, feeling seen beyond their years. This affinity bridges life's spectrum because she dwells in mystery, not the mundane busyness of midlife. Expanding slightly, in my cross-country encounters, from urban playgrounds to rural nursing homes, these connections heal generational divides, reminding us age is soul-deep, not calendar-bound. The ninth sign is her innate spiritual yearning, not sparked by fear, but as instinctual as breath. Jung saw this as intuition perceiving subtle realities, the unseen framework of existence. Dogmas confine her. She synthesizes wisdom from varied traditions, mystical Christianity, Zen practices, shamanic insights, even Jungian analysis as sacred work. Truth, for her, is experiential, not doctrinal. This orients her toward meaning over comfort, turning daily life into practice, a meal as sacrament, hardship as alchemy. Joy blooms in the ordinary, luminous through her lens. In America's melting pot of faiths, this eclectic approach fosters tolerance, as I've seen in diverse communities, where such women bridge spiritual gaps. Perhaps most striking is the 10th sign, the profound depth in her eyes, a mirror to the self Jung described, reflecting eternal wisdom beyond ego. Her gaze pierces personas, offering acceptance that comforts or unnerves. It holds integrated shadows, gentleness from knowing darkness, compassion from facing cruelty. When old souls meet, eyes convey instant kinship, easing isolation. This integration, born of shadow work, transforms her presence. Adding to this, in my seasoned view, American eyes like hers, shaped by our nation's trials, often carry a resilient spark, blending old-world depth with new-world optimism. The 11th sign is her razor-sharp intuition, a direct tap into the collective unconscious, bypassing logic, as Jung's typology outlines. It's not hunch, it's psyche-guided insight, revealing lies, foretelling paths. She trusts it, despite skepticism, learning that ignoring it courts regret. This guides her growth, signaling shifts without external input. In a rationalist society like ours, this sets her apart, but honors her inner compass. From my experiences in varied American subcultures, this intuition often saves from pitfalls, like dodging bad deals or sensing alliances. Finally, the 12th sign, her penetrating insight into human nature, seeing through masks to motivations and shadows, as Jung taught those who faced their own darkness can. Charm doesn't fool her, she reads energy, protecting from deceit while deepening compassion. This clarity breeds loneliness. Surface interactions bore, genuine ones rare. She sees the wounded child in all, fostering empathy over judgment. Yet it's a privilege, this unfiltered sight. These signs aren't checklists, but natural blooms from deep-rooted souls. The old-souled woman lives them humbly, often feeling alien in her world, questioning her difference. Jung urges responsibility. Embrace individuation, accept gifts and burdens. You can't regress to ignorance. Live with integrity amid misunderstanding. True evolution lies in humility before the mystery. Answers beget questions. Insights reveal unknowns. She walks gracefully, her worth inherent, not bestowed. If this resonates, it's an awakening to your truth, a call to live consciously. You're not isolated. Kindred spirits exist. In reflecting on these, draw lessons. Honor your depth. Trust intuition. Seek solitude for renewal. Embrace compassion without burnout. And integrate shadows for wholeness. This path, though solitary, enriches the collective. Your ancient wisdom sustains us all, even unrecognized. Carry it forward with quiet strength.